Hi guys, my name is Hina, aka the Crazy Cat Writer. Today I'm going to share the reviews of the last 13 audiobooks that I listened to. Last 2 months I haven't been able to take out the time to review the books that I had been listening to or reading, and it has increasingly been piling up. So I thought I'd just do a quick review post and post updates about what I've been reading. So I thought I'd begin with the last 13 audiobooks that I read because I have recently read some amazing audiobooks. So let's dive in. The first book on my list is Carmilla by J. Sheridan Le Fanu. Carmilla is basically a classic vampire novel. It was written in the year 1872, and the best and the most amazing part about Carmilla is that it predates Bram Stoker's Dracula by almost 20 years and was in fact the inspiration behind Bram Stoker's Dracula. I mean, how awesome is that? And another interesting fact about this book that I really cared for and loved was that this book had a female protagonist and even a female antagonist. So this book is pretty on point when it comes to feminism, especially considering that this book is basically the first vampire story to be written. So it is an amazing fact in itself. My rating for this book is 5 out of 5 stars because this book completely blew my mind. The writing is so amazing and it has a very creepy atmospheric vibe to it, and this book is simply amazing. It is a very short novel, basically a novella, and you can find it free on LibriVox and Project Gutenberg, so shouldn't be very hard to find. And the narrators are amazing, and I would highly recommend it to all vampire lovers and to all classic readers as well. The second book that I listened to was The Dunwick Horror by none other than H.P. Lovecraft. This book again is a classic and I got it from LibriVox.com. The narration was good. I really liked it. The story was pretty interesting, and the ending especially left me thinking a lot about the story, so I really liked it. It is a very special trait of H.P. Lovecraft's stories, so it is available for free on LibriVox in audio format and as an ebook on Project Gutenberg. My rating for The Dunwick Horror is 4 out of 5 stars. It is not the best H.P. Lovecraft story, but it is, let's say, one of the best. It is obviously not as good as Cthulhu or the other couple of stories, but I really like it, and I especially like the creature that was in this book, and I absolutely adored it. So I have no idea what that says about me, but I loved it. So 4 stars out of 5 for this book. Moving on, the next book that I listened to was Book of Night by Holly Black. Book of Night by Holly Black was such an amazing read. This book was all about magic. It is a magic realism book and it was all about shadow magic. This book made me so impressed by shadow magic and magic overall that I actually ended up looking up magic in real life. So this book was a really compelling read. It had amazing characters, a really great plot line, and I'm really looking forward to reading the next part in the series, and I really hope the author comes up with it soon because I simply cannot wait to read it. Moving on, the next book that I listened to is The Shadow House by Anna Downs. This book was so creepy. This book is about Alex, a single mother who moves to a rural community, a weird rural community with her 2 kids. One is a very young kid and one is a teenage, and then creepy things start happening in the rural community, and it was an amazing book and I really liked it. My rating for this book is 4 out of 5 stars, and if you like gothic creepy reads, then this book just might be for you. The 5th audiobook that I listened to is My Evil Mother by Margaret Atwood, and this book is so far the best book that I've read by Margaret Atwood. My rating for My Evil Mother is 4 out of 5 stars, and I absolutely loved it and would definitely recommend it to anyone who likes reading short stories, because this book is just so amazing. It was really good, and I hope and I'm very sure that you guys will like it. Talking about the next book is actually non-fiction and is pretty intense. It is a memoir. The next book is Notes on a Silencing by Lacey Crawford. This book was such a soul-shattering experience because it was about how the author went through sexual abuse during her college days, and then how it affected her life and how no one actually took her seriously, and how these elite colleges and institutes actually try so hard to keep this kind of issues under wraps just to save their reputation. In this book, the author very clearly shows how meticulously these elite institutes go to such great lengths to systematically cover up the tracks of the abusers or the exploiters, making sure that the incriminating incidents or the evidence related to them do not show up or do not come out, just in order to protect their reputation, which was really upsetting to read about, and yet it is the truth. So that's why I actually read this book, because this kind of books are really important to be read, and these are very important books, and I would definitely suggest this book to everyone, to all the females and the guys and everyone out there, and to spread this message that it is not okay to not believe a person when they come out and tell you about something that happened to them, no matter how young they were, no matter how naive they were when it happened to them. So the book is good, no doubt about it, but it is also a very important book. It is a very, very important and necessary book for the society today. That's what I feel, at least. So read this book, guys. It's a very good